Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Favor for those of you that are new here, and I'm currently a master's student at the University of Glasgow in Scotland in United Kingdom. In this video, I'm going to be talking about ways to expand your network at a career fair or at any other formal event. If you'd like to know more, definitely keep watching. So the first point I'm going to be sharing is research the organization. So you need to research the organization. You don't necessarily need to know every single thing about the organization, like the exact year when they were formed or the exact persons who formed the organization. But what you want to do is know enough to start a conversation. So for instance, if you're attending a formal event, you want to know about the host organization, what they do, and where they do what they do. Say if they have offices in UK, if they have offices outside of the United Kingdom. Alternatively, if you're attending a career fair, you don't necessarily need to know every detail about every organization that will be present at the career fair. You only need to know what kind of career fair it is. If it's a banking fair, know the kind of banks that will be present. If it's a law fair, know the law firms that will be present, at least the basic ones, the major ones will be present. Or if it's a general career fair, know the major industries that will be represented at the career fair. The next point I'm going to give is set targets. So what is your goal for attending the event? What is your goal for attending the career fair or the formal event? I'll just say events generally. What is your goal for attending the event? Are you going there to expand your network, or are you going there to seek opportunities like job opportunities for yourself, part-time job or full-time job when you complete your studying? Or are you just going there to seek referees, to meet people that can serve as your UK referees if you're looking out for job opportunities? So set targets and define those targets before you attend the event. The next point I'm going to be sharing is be confident. Because you have researched the organization, it's easy to be confident when you speak to them. So speak boldly, speak loudly, and speak audibly. Ensure you articulate your words in such a way that the person you're speaking with understands exactly what you're saying. The next point I'm going to be sharing is know your sellable points. Your sellable points include your skills, your experiences, where you studied, or what makes you stand out. Take for instance, you're speaking with a law firm. Most law firms in the commercial space are reputable. So you could say, for instance, it's nice to meet you. I know your law firm is a reputable law firm in the commercial practice. In my second year at the university, I studied the law of contracts and I learned this and this about business. If it's not that you want to sell, you could also sell, I attended this university. My university is a prestigious university. Just know your sellable points. Sell it at the introductory phase of your meeting the person or speaking with the person. The next point I'm going to say is leave an impression. Recruiters or people at formal events meet hundreds of people. If you're at a career fair, they're going to be speaking with so many people. So you want to ensure that you leave an impression. You leave a distinct mark that it's easy for them to remember even after you have long gone. So you may want to ask them direct personal questions, not questions that are too inquisitive, but questions that they would definitely remember. So you want to ask them questions like, how is it like working at this place? Is it an inclusive organization? What struggles did you face when you started working? These are questions people definitely like. Another point that is also linked to this previous point is ask questions. You want to ask so many questions. If you're at a career fair, for instance, exhibitors at career fairs like inquisitive people. They want to talk about their organization. That is why they are there. If it's a formal event, the host organization also wants to talk about themselves. So ask questions that make them shed more light about themselves. This is also a good way to keep up at the conversation. The next point I'm going to be sharing is give feedbacks. When people answer the questions you have asked, you want to give feedbacks. You're not just asking them questions for asking sake, and then the next thing you're saying is asking another random question that is not related to what they have said. So what you want to do is give feedback. When they answer the questions you have asked, you want to respond with something that is related to what they have said. For instance, you may want to say things like, I found that very helpful, thank you for sharing, if you did not get anything at all. Or you may just want to pick one or two lines from the things that they have said and use that as pointers to proceed in the conversation. The point I'm going to be sharing is leverage your difference. Assuming you're like me, you're an international student, that is already a point of difference. or if you're represented at an organization where you are not part of the organization, or you're represented at an event representing your organization, that is already a difference. So say for instance you're an international student in another country, that already makes you different. So it's easier for them to remember. If you're attending a career fair in the UK, for instance, you already speak with 10 citizens of the United Kingdom, but they speak to one African student. That is a point of difference. So you want to ensure that you leverage that difference by leaving a good impression, by asking them questions that they can relate to. And so at the end of the day, when you're reaching out to them, it's easy for you to make reference to, oh, I'm that international student that you spoke to, and we spoke about this, and this. Point I'm going to be sharing is get contacts. A lot of people make mistakes in this regard. So you speak with somebody, and after speaking with the person, you turn your back, and that's the end. That should not be so, because once you leave, that ends the conversation and you may never get to see them again. So what you want to do is, at that moment when you're speaking with them, ensure you get their contact. So you want to ask them for their complimentary cards if they do have one. You want to ask them for their business cards if they do have one. And in this very age of LinkedIn, you want to ask them for their LinkedIn accounts. Most times, there and there on the spot, they get to connect with you, because sometimes people on LinkedIn have profiles that they need to accept requests before you can connect with them. So most times, if you speak with them immediately, oh, can I connect with you on LinkedIn, they're excited about it and they give you their LinkedIn address. Sometimes they bring out their phone and they are the ones even trying to connect with you. So they give you their LinkedIn contact or their personal email address. It's easier to reach out to them that way. So ensure you obtain a contact to connect with them after the event. The next point I'm going to be sharing is you take notes immediately after speaking with them. So say for instance, you're at a career fair. At a career fair, you're also going to be meeting with tens or 20 or hundreds of recruiters. That's the maximum. Or if you attend a formal event that has a large number of persons, even if it's 20 persons, you cannot possibly remember every single conversation that you had with each person. So what you want to do is ensure you take notes. If you do have a smartphone, you may want to take notes immediately after speaking with them. This is the person I spoke with, this is what stood out to me, and this is the person's contact details. So most times when I go for events, I open notes on my phone, state the name of the event, state the name of the company, state the name of the person, state what I could relate with the person, state what stood out to me about the person. Oh, this person has worked with this organization for 50 years. This person has been there since 2020. This person got in as an international student. State out the things that stood out to you from the conversation. And these are pointers to how you could reach out to them at the end of the day. The next point I'm going to say is reaching out to them at the end of the day. So remember, you had set targets for the event you were attending in the first place. So you need to reach out to them at the end of the day based on the targets that you have set. Reaching out to them looks something like this. You send them an email, or you reach out to them on LinkedIn via their direct message, and you send them a message such as this. Introduce yourself. Make reference to the impression you left on them when you spoke with them earlier, saying, I'm the international student that you spoke with that asked you about the struggles you faced while you've been working, or I'm the international student that you spoke to that told you about these sellable skills. I'm the person you spoke with earlier today that did this. So this is why it's important to leave an impression in the first place. And then you speak to them about why you intend to connect with them. Oh, I look forward to working with you sometimes in the future. I look forward to working with your organization sometimes in the future. I look forward to connecting with you if you're just looking out to expand your network. I look forward to connecting with you on further opportunities. I look forward to further collaborations if it's for your business. So you need to state the exact reason why you're looking towards connecting with them on subsequent occasions. Finally, which is my last point, it's not exactly a point, so to speak, but it's something that you need to take note of. Expect cold responses. So from the career fairs that I have attended, I have sent out mails to almost all the contacts I've gotten, and say out of 20 mails that I've sent, maybe only 5 persons responded. But those 5 people responded are enough. So what you just need is, you don't necessarily need everybody to respond. You just need 1 or 2 persons to respond. So definitely expect cold responses. Not everybody is going to respond to your email. Not everyone will be welcoming at the formal event or at the career fair. So these are responses that you also need to expect. Now come to the end of this video. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. I hope you're able to take these tips and convert them into points that you can use to expand your network and to also network and socialize at events that you are called or required to attend. Until next time, stay blessed, stay rooted in God, stay grounded in the faith, and I'll see you in the next one.